So it has been a hot minute since I've made a YouTube video because things have been going a little bit crazy and I'm just coming down after a very busy few months. So sorry, there's been a delay, but I really love working on YouTube. So I'm back and I'm very excited about it. And today I wanted to talk about comparison because it's one of my favorite topics. It's something that I can really struggle with, and I know that many of my clients and friends struggle with it as well. And what I've realized is there are three levels of comparison, and I want to work through them because each one's a little bit intriguing. So if you think about the outside layer of comparison is with strangers. And this is often the one that we feel very deeply and we are so exposed to. It's the outside of the circle, it's the largest surface area. And this is all to do with how we compare ourselves to people that we see on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. You know, people that we don't actually know. And on the surface, it may be like, well, I'm just scrolling through their profile page, or I'm just looking through a few videos, or I'm not doing any harm. The thing is, everything does a little bit of harm when we do a little bit too much of it. And guilty as charged, I can often do this as well without even realizing it. I am lodging subconsciously beliefs in my system that weren't really there to start with, or maybe they were. And every time I go onto Instagram and I see someone doing something better than me, or living a life that I want to live, or having something in their life that I want to have, it just makes me feel like I don't have that yet. And I may not consciously resonate with that thought, and it might take a few minutes or weeks or months for that to settle in and ingrain in, but it eventually does. And I have had a very tumultuous relationship with Instagram. I go on, then I go off, and then I'm there and I'm out of it again. And I think a lot of people do. Instagram has its uses, but it can be highly damaging to people who have a fragile sense of self-worth, which is me, and it's a lot of people. And if you have a soul contract, then you'll know this is in your soul contract. If you've got some threes in there, I have a lot of three energy. Well, not a lot, a fair amount. So I'm very sensitive to believing in myself and always coming out of low self-worth and into strong, healthy levels and foundations of worthiness, esteem, and confidence. So we're going to go inner layer, and the inner layer is how we compare ourselves to our peers. This is a little bit different. This is not strangers on the internet. This is the people that we're kind of close to. And it can be friends that we've gone to university with or school with, or it's colleagues that we work with, or it is people in our family, siblings. Sibling rivalry is not just something that everyone suffers from. It is really quite a cool thing when it comes down to comparison. And I know this one really well because I have a very successful brother, very successful, very charming, outgoing, wonderful human being who's done very well in his life. And it's very easy for me to slip into comparison with him. And I don't think this is a rare occurrence. I think it's a very easy thing with a lot of siblings. So one to watch out for, especially with peers. And if you are following your own soul path, I am, and I'm very happy with it. But there are moments where I think, oh, wouldn't it be nice if, or I wish I had the thing that they have, or, oh, they're all booking a really fun holiday, but I can't do that right now. And it's really normal to have those feelings. And I want to encourage you to just keep sticking at your thing. And if that comparison comes up with your peers, then sometimes it's a really nice thing to just bring out into the open. You don't have to bring it out to the open with them, but whatever we keep in our harbour of our subconscious mind, and it's just sat there rotting like an old ship and we're not doing anything with it. Sometimes we need to stretch its sea legs and get it out the harbour. What I mean by that is sometimes we need to air our grievances. Sometimes we need to share what's going on with us, with the people that love and care for us, because that creates a lot of validation, and we need to feel validated with our emotions. That's the second one. The third one, the core one, the deepest of comparison that we could possibly have is with ourselves. And this is a really, really funny one because you wouldn't think that you would compare yourself to yourself, but yet you do. And one of the ways that we do this is by comparing who we are now to the past version of who we were and to the future version of who we wish we could be. And sometimes we find ourselves stuck firmly in the middle thinking, damn, I wish I was that. You know, back then I wish I was that. I wish I was doing that. And I wish I was that person who could do that. You know, maybe it was a more confident version of yourself. Maybe it was a healthier version of yourself. Maybe it was a version of yourself that was earning more money or in love or doing something that you wish you had or you could do now. Or it's a future version of, I know I can be that person, but I'm not there yet. I can't get there and I wish I was there. And it's a very big trap. And we fall into this mind trap anyway between past and the future, and very rarely stopping in the middle. Like a pendulum, we swing from the past to the future. It's a pendulum. We very rarely stop in the middle, which is the present moment. So the biggest thing is to have deep compassion with ourselves. You cannot go back to a past version of yourself. You have embraced and embodied that version of he or she. You are already that person. Same with the future. If you can envision the person that you wish you could be, you are already that person, because yet again, there is no time. It's a really big one to wrap our minds around. I can't wrap my mind around it, but I know it's true. There's no linear time. We are already that person, so you're just wasting your time comparing yourself. But as long as you have awareness of it, awareness is power, and this is what I love to help people with. So stick around, subscribe. I put all my links below. I really love people to create deep levels of self-awareness so they can navigate life with a lot more ease, a lot more trust, a lot more resilience, and ultimately have more joy and balance in their life. So until next time, I wish you a really beautiful rest of your day.